What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I am sitting here and I am frustrated, y'all. Just downright frustrated today. Today was a decent day in the market, but yeah, it was just frustrating. One of those days where I love options, but I can't stand options. I love options, and at the same time, I just cannot stand them. And I fight with myself as to whether or not I still want to trade options. And I do still want to trade options, but I think I'm going to kind of slow down on the day trading of options and try to focus on getting back to trading stocks. Let's go ahead. Let's jump on over to TRADERVUE real quick. We'll look at the details for today and kind of explain it. Reviewing trades for Wednesday, March 29th. Took 8 trades today. Closed P&L $88. First trade out the blocks today was on SI. This has been on my watch list for a couple of days now. And if you notice this chart right here, this chart only shows you stock trades. It won't show you option trades. If you notice, we were risking $10 on this trade. Market opens up about 1 R, a little over 1 R. This thing rolls over, stops me out full. Thing with this morning, I took this one pre-market, so I'm in at 756. I left my desk around 8:55. I had a 9:30 appointment. So I basically got in this trade. I put stops in place, walked away from it, and it ended up stopping me out. Other thing, I was in a Tesla overnight hold the last couple of days. Tesla made a killer move at market open. I was green on that thing. Market pulled back. I am huge red on it right now. So that right there already was kind of a bad start to the morning. But then once I finally did get back to my desk a little after 10, sat down. I had already did my pre-market routine, so I had marked my charts up, found some trades. This is what we traded. Microsoft, decent trade. Meta, red. AMD, Microsoft, this is the one right here that really just like chapped my hide today, if I could say that. Kind of chapped my hide. AMD, and then INTC. I got an alert on INTC this afternoon. Checked it out, and I'm like, oh, wow. INTC is back in a good spot. Took a trade on that, and then I'm in another one. So took this one, calls, wanted to long-term hold it, and I noticed that it was a contract that it was going to expire in April. So I basically day traded that one, and then I came back here and I got a contract out to June, I think. And if you notice, this is the other thing that just, it irks me, because I have started sizing up on certain trades. Thinking, okay, I'm gonna size up so I can kind of increase. And it ain't really been showing. Like, that was 5 contracts. That was 5 contracts. That was 5 contracts. This one, it's 10 contracts because it's still open. So this is 10 contracts. I want to try to get paid on that one. We're going to see. We'll look at INTC when we get to it. But let's go ahead. Let's jump on over into Thinkorswim. I want to see if I could somewhat run through this one fairly quick. Let's look at the SPY real quick. Look at the big picture. Like I said, pre-market, I did my thing. SPY was in a intraday down channel. Right here at 852, it breaks out of it. Like I said, 855, I was leaving my desk. So I missed this going into the pre-market or going into market open. The SPY opened. It tried to make a move up here to the weekly up channel. Couldn't do it. Got rejected hard. Kind of chugged its way back up, and it got up to right here And this is about when I was sitting back down at my desk. And I'm like, wow, we all the way back up? Because like the last time I had looked, it was down here when I left my desk. So we got all the way back up here. And I'm like, wow, it's testing the weekly up channel again. And at that time, I'm thinking to myself, I guess I could use an analogy. Let's spit it out. An analogy. You have a boxer and his opponent is just wearing his gut out, just hitting him in his ribs, just breaking him down, and it's weakening him. And that's what this thing has been doing the last couple of days. It'll come up, it'll try to break it. Nope, get pushed back down, came back up, tried to break it. When I saw this up here, I said the next time that this thing gets back up there, it's going to break through it. Just because. Look what it does. It fails, catches support at the bottom of this zone, and it comes back up, and it just peekaboos through. Just gut shot. Boom. Comes back down, and then they just keep at it. They also call that chopping the tree down. Just kept chopping that tree down until finally that tree had to fall, and boom, it busted through strong. Comes up to the top of this zone, chops around, pulls back again, chopping that tree down. It finally breaks through it. Market closes, and it closes just outside of it. Let's see what it did at after hours. So after hours, it's back in there testing it, and now it's trying to make its way back out. I am hoping in the morning that this thing can finish up here. Market's closed now. Pre-market, hopefully we can get a push up out of this so that we can keep some of this strength that we have, because we're having decent strength right now. But that's what the SPY did today. Let's go ahead and take a peek at SI. This was one that I got in pre-market. So we see that SI wasn't showing nothing in particular, just kind of chugging around. I got in right here, 100 shares, basically with a 10-cent stop. So my stop is going to be down here somewhere below this. But I didn't need to give this all of that room. I really should have had to stop right there. That's 203. That's going to give me about a 6-cent stop, which means I need 12 cents to hit 2R. 12 cents is going to be 221. This thing set a high of 224. I would have hit target had I not gave this that wide stop. But let's also look at it. 10-cent stop. I need 20 cents for target. That's 229. It missed target by 5 cents and it rolled over. But the big thing with this is, had I been sitting at my desk this morning when the market opened and this trade took off, it would not have been a red trade, y'all, because this thing came up and it pulled back and then it went. When it didn't leave a higher high, when it didn't break the high of morning, this move is done. It pulled back. I would get out about right here. As it's coming back down to VWAP. That's 216. I'm in at 209. So I'm in at 209. I would have got out as it's crossing VWAP. That's 7 cents. So I would have made a little more than a half R had I been at my desk. Because this was a good pullback right here. This was a decent pullback. Let's come over here. Let's look right there. Look at that. And that's why I say it's a decent pullback. I'm going to drop a line right there, because this might not look like 50% of this move right here that you hear me talk about a lot. But it pulled back to right there because it's catching support from right there. So decent pullback. It is a little shallow still though, but it should have had enough steam to get this up over the high of day. When it didn't do that and it hit this and rolled over, I would have been getting out around right here, as opposed to riding this all the way back down to where the actual stop was at. So that's why that trade was red. Can't really be mad at it because one, gave it a little bit too much room, and two, I wasn't at my desk to manage it. But let's look at these ones that I can be upset about. First one's Microsoft. So Microsoft, like I said, I did have the time to get my pre-market routine done. We see Microsoft was in 2 up channels here. Going into pre-market. Market opens, does what it's supposed to do. Trading inside of that channel. It gets out. And I get in. Let's see where we at. What time did we get in that one? Am I on the right contract? No, I'm not. There we go. So, yep. That arrow is good. Getting in right here on a put. On a put, y'all. So, Microsoft is in an up channel. I don't see no reason why I should be bucking the trend. But I grabbed 5 puts right here. This is in a good uptrend. It pulls back to the 20 moving average. Now, we don't know that it's going to do this, that it's just going to peekaboo over the high and then come back down. We don't know that it's going to do that. But I'm in right there. Let's look and see where we got out at. I get out of 3 of the contracts right here as it's coming back down to the top of the channel. And then I get out of the last 2 right here as it's coming back up. And I make $64 on this trade. So make 64 bucks. Not a good trade, but we made 64 bucks. These are those trades that you look at and you say, it's a green trade though. But no, it was not a good trade. I should not have been trading against the trend. I got to quit doing that. This thing comes back down. Let's look and see where we get in because we take another trade on this. So let's look and see where we get in on this next one. And this next one is puts again. Where are we getting in at? There we go. Coming active. Getting in right there on a put. Why are you bucking the trend? But I'm in right here. This thing makes this great pop down. Just an excellent move down. I get super excited and I look at the P&L and I'm only up like a few dollars. Again, I'm in 5 contracts. So I get out of 3 of them. In the next candle, in this candle right here, I make $5 per contract. So I make $15 on the trade because now I'm pissed. I'm like, dude, I just sized up. I get this good move down. This pulls back up. I get out of 5 of them. And let's look and see. Or I'm sorry, I get out of 3. Look, those are the only 3 that got sold right there were my 3. So I'm like, oh, this sucks because I couldn't get out of them. And now I'm stuck holding these other 2. And I get out in this candle right here, taking a loss. And not just taking a loss, but I'm losing everything that I made in this trade. So I make 15 in this trade and I lose more than 15 on these, turning a green trade into a red trade, and I lose $12 on this trade. So I'm pissed, y'all. Like, I snapped in the Discord. I'm like, this is just, But, all right, it is what it is. Let's go ahead. Let's look at Meta. Let's look at Meta and see what we did on Meta. Meta was a red trade also. Let's see, there we go. So big picture on Meta. Meta was in this huge hourly up channel. or probably a 4-hour up channel. Market opens, it tries to push, rolls over, comes back down. We get in right here. Now, one thing you do see, and this is a put. This is a put, but Meta is in this down channel intraday. But it's also right at the base of this hourly up channel. What I have noticed is that the hourly channel outweighs this intraday channel. I put more weight on this hourly channel because the market puts more weight on the higher time frame channels. So even though that this was in a downtrend, there was no reason for me to take a trade here thinking that this is going to go lower. There was no reason for me to do it. But I get in right there. Let's see where we get out of these at. We get out in this candle as it's coming back up the VWAP. But when this thing pushed down and came back up, I should have been cutting my losses. I shouldn't be trying to be right, but this is a double-edged sword, because I say that like I should cut my losses, but I should also let myself stop out. And that's what I did. I took a full stop. I lost $24. But when this came back up, telltale sign, move is dead. When this came back down and gave me another opportunity to get out because it didn't get back in this channel, I should have been out over here. I could have got out in this candle right here. The low of it was 129. I could have got out break even, or got out making $5 on each contract, making $10, knowing that the move is dead. Now I definitely should have got out, not sit in this thing and let it ride all the way back up, and I lost $25. So bad trade. Just looking, and this is where you got to look at the overall picture, because just looking at this down channel, this is a good trade. But when you see that it is catching support on this hourly up channel, nah, the hourly up channel outweighs this down channel. So that was Meta. Let's look at AMD. If you notice, we was just doing some boneheaded stuff today. Let's see. That's the first one that we were in. So let's take a peek, see what we were working with. We got in that one at 1058. Let's get on over here to 1058. Again, AMD, it is in an established hourly up channel. Market opens, pushes up out of it, and just kind of rolls over. So let's come on over. Let's take a look, see where we were getting in. This was a call. We're getting in this candle right here. Somewhere is in this candle. Decent entry. Let me uncancel it. Let me cancel right extension. Okay, so we're in a downtrend. Pops up, comes back, sets an even bottom. So a W bottom, as I like to call it. You can see the W here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's the W. So getting in right there, 2 contracts. I get out of those contracts as it comes up and taps the top of the hourly channel. Again, when this came up, I'm in a trade now. I can't be scared. Let this thing show you if it's going to get inside of that hourly channel, which it does. So made a little bit of money on that one. Made what, $6? Made $6. Was it even worth the trade? I don't know. But let's come on. Let's see what the next one was. AMD 19. This one right here. So let's look at that one. Getting in this one. right on this candle right here. It's a call. We're going long. Look at where we are buying at. I'm going to extend that to the right. We buying pretty much at the top of this channel. Why? Why? It pulls back. That's a good spot to buy. And then look what it does. So we buy almost at the top. I'm pretty sure at the top. Let's see. 109. What'd I tell you? Up near the top. So we was probably more so up in this area. This thing pulls back. Makes the move higher. Let's see where we get out. Because this was a green trade, but watch this, y'all. So I'm in at 109. I get out in this candle right here. And that's why I said I know I was getting in more so near the top of that. Get out right there. I'm in 5 contracts. I get out of 2 of them right there, losing $11 a contract. And this is why I need to start recording again. I don't know if this was a snafu and I meant to get out of all 5 of them right there. And actually, I'm on the wrong candle, y'all. I was getting out of them in that candle. Getting out of them in that candle. Got out of 2 of them. And then I held those other 2. Or I'm sorry, the other 3. Because I had 5. Pretty much all day. Market finally makes a good move. I get out of 2 of them right there. And then I get out of the last one. And that one right there. Look at this big picture though. I sit through all of this mess. These were expiring on April. That's probably why I did just get out of 2 of them right there and then hold the rest of them. Because this had a little bit of time. Had these been 331 contracts, there's no way I would have held it that long. Because Theta would have ate up the entire contract by the time it got to the close of the day. But that was AMD. And now let's take a peek at INTC. If y'all remember, INTC was a swing trade that worked out very nicely. And if you remember this area right here, this is a huge weekly channel, range channel that INTC had been just trading in. I got an alert from Thinkorswim, had a price alert in to let me know when it broke out of this area. I want to be a part of the trade again when it breaks out of it. Now I'll show you the weekly on this and actually, me dropping arrows on this is not going to show you a thing. I'm going to do it anyway, but it's not going to show you nothing. And I'll tell you why. So I just basically got in 3 contracts right there. Because again, I want to be a part of this trade long term, holding it, swinging it. So I grabbed 3 contracts and the 3 contracts were expiring April 21st. And I was like, that's not really giving this much time to work. So I'm in those 3 right there. And then I go and I find a June 16th contract. And I buy 10 right there. So my plan is just to hold these 3 till the end of the day. I'm going to just hold those 3 to the end of the day, get what I can get out of them. Let's see where we got out at though. So I got out of the first 2 in this candle right there. It's a good exit. And then I got out of the last one in that candle right there. So that was good. And I made $46 on those 3. And I'm still holding the 10 and they're up 35. Yeah, they're up $35 right now. So that's how we traded INTC. And let me switch over real quick to my pre-market, and then we're gonna wrap this one up. Got some Thai food sitting over there. And it was scorching hot, so I was like, I can hold off on eating it a second. This, if you remember, INTC trade that I took probably about a month ago. This is the weekly. Look at what it's been doing since. We can go back to September of 2022 when it first got into this range, this zone. And it's just been trading in it. Up, down, up, down, up. Today was the first day that it broke out of that range. And if this thing can trade up to what, 32.80, that's another $1. I'll probably get out of maybe 8 of those contracts and hold 2 of them for the bigger move. But we'll see. We'll see. That's the plan. We do see that it closed right there, and it has grinded up just a little bit higher. Closed at 31.52. Bid ask is 57.59. So a couple of pennies higher in the after hours. But let's go out to the bigger picture. We noticed that this white line, which is the weekly 50, has been acting as a little resistance once it got below it. So I would expect this to act as a little resistance. I don't know if this is going to gap over it, but that's my thought process on that trade right there, y'all. And that's what we did today. I think I may get back to trading stocks a little bit more frequently. You do see that I kind of been trading that SI, but I'm going to get back to looking for some other stock ideas. I did run the numbers on that Microsoft trade. And did we even look at Microsoft? Let me go back. Hold on. Microsoft is one that I probably wanted to look at. So let me see. See if Microsoft has some arrows. Yeah, we did. Let me do something real quick. I want to show y'all what am I looking for? 3 chart. There we go. On that Microsoft trade. So getting in right there on the Microsoft trade. Even with this bad entry, I'm going to call that a bad entry. If this was a stock trade, I would have used that candle right there. That candle is 15 cents. Let me go back. That candle is 15 cents right there. Entry is 278.83. So actually, let me get on the right candle. So I'm getting in on this candle. So let's highlight that candle. There we go. Yep, range is still 15 cents. Entry is 278.79. So I need 30 cents out of that candle to hit target. So 278.79. I need 30 cents. I need that to go to 278.49. I'm hitting target right there, 2R. I'm hitting target 2R right there. So that's why I'm like, I know how my numbers look when I'm trading stocks. It's cut and dry. It's dime for dime, quarter for quarter, dollar for dollar. $1 stop. I need $2 on the back end of it. So yeah, I love options, but day trading them, I'm not sure. Swing trading them, I definitely will be, just like how I took the INTC trade. But I'm going to have to contemplate on that one. But thanks as always for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button already, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I'm about to go over there and destroy some green curry and some sesame bok choy. Peace.